else to add to that?
No.
All right, race recap. You weren't there.
He was playing.
You were at your friends, Holly and Sean's. So we got to the corrals. We're there.
Yeah.
And
Caffeine gel.
we both took a caffeine gel like right before the Martin. We don't do those during the race, but we did one at the beginning this time, and that worked out really well for us.
Yeah. The caffeine ones just don't taste that good.
They don't. I really don't like the
good,
taste.
But like the caffeine ones especially don't taste that good.
Yeah. We both brought headphones this time. I actually think that was a big difference too. I have not run a marathon with headphones in long time.
We both had headphones. We both actually like sat down the night before for like an hour to each make a playlist.
Yeah. Should we share a playlist?
Yeah, probably.
They're pretty good. They're very different. Mine has like show tunes on it, and Kyle's is like all drum and bass, but something for everyone. We both brought the headphones knowing we would use them at some point, but we didn't want to use them on the first loop. So we said we would do the first half, and then if we were ready, put them on after that.
Yeah. First few miles. It was pretty cool at the race start. It was a bit drizzly, which was kind of nice, but if it was like going to rain really hard, it would have been a tough race. Tough to stay on pace at the start just because you kind of have to like comb through the slower people in front of you and weave a bit. And I think our first mile I think was actually on pace, but I was really pushing it to get around people to actually hit that pace. But after that, it thinned out enough that we were able to kind of like lock in and just like stay on the paces that we talked about. A bit crowded from the half marathon, but I think after miles like 2 or 3, it was pretty easy. Our friends Matt and James started a little bit ahead of us, and we can kind of see them like off in the distance the whole time. We kind of just
They're very tall.
Yeah, they're very tall, so we made it easy. And I think for the first half, I just kind of had in my head like, oh, if we can like keep them in sight, then like we're on pace and they're on pace as well.
Also, if you know Matt, he was not feeling his best. He had a bit of a cold, and he told us he was like not going to start out fast. He was not going to go for his PB, which his PB going into Ballarat was like a 3:40, and he was ahead of us the entire race, or at least the entire first half.
Yeah,
so we'll get there, but no, he was running really well.
But yeah, and then from there, it was like a water station roughly every 3 or 3.5 Ks. I don't know what that is in miles, but we basically just had to do a gel every other water station. Water stations were a bit short and only on the left side, which is a bit challenging. I think the first one we both got waters, and the second one, it was a bit tricky for us both to like navigate to the side, get waters, not like bump into someone who stops and then get back over. So I just tried to grab like 2 water cups for us. For the rest of the race, which went pretty well. I think I only missed one.
Yeah, you only missed one. It just like it was they were too short. Like that, I actually think that's my biggest complaint of the race is just not enough water.
They're too short, and the electrolyte section was longer than the water.
Yeah, it's like, and it's hard when it's only on one side as well. Like I know I'm spoiled because I've run a lot of Chicago's, and they have like huge water stops and like on each side, and like like when the Gatorade is, when the water, like it's just, this was just like electrolyte water, and like there was like 2 card tables, so if you missed it, you missed it. And like at least after the first couple, you know that that's what's going to be the rest of the race, so you expect it. But I think in future they should definitely at least have tables on both sides of the road, because it was really, especially in the early miles when it was so crowded still, it was so hard to weave over and get around people that were stopping or the ones that weren't. And like for both of us to do that and stay together, it just made way more sense for one of us to just grab cups. So Kyle did that.
Yeah, that's what we did. Feeling
a bit like, I felt fine, like my body felt fine, but I was just like nervous about going faster than 750s basically. So I was trying to tell Kyle like just need to hang out here for the first half, which we did pretty much. Like we had a few like 745s, and you know, like we were pretty close. And then we got to halfway, and I knew this was a 2-loop course, but I did not think that you would run under the finish line if you were doing the marathon. And that really messed with me. Like, I wasn't expecting it. I thought it would be like on the side, and my body like physically reacted to it. I'm not kidding. Maybe it's just because I've done so many races, but it's like as soon as I crossed under the finish, my legs just like felt like they like went whew, like led to the legs. Like it was like stop running. Even though we didn't like kick it through, you know, like we had a steady pace. It's not like my body was like, oh, we're done. But for whatever reason, mentally, like going under the finish line and knowing you had a whole nother loop to do for the marathon.
I was upset about that one.
I was. I felt it in my body. It was so strange. So it took me like a mile to like shake that off, honestly. And like that's a time where I would say like good reminder that like a hard mile is a hard mile. It doesn't mean it's going to last the rest of the race, because it didn't. But I knew it just like needed to pass. Like that's actually what you said to me. It was like, this will pass. Like let's just like hang out here.
Yeah. Well, so then shortly after that, I think probably like a mile or two later, we turned on the music, and you can like see. Maybe she'll put the
Yeah, I'll put the splits up.
But you can like see when we turned the music on, and we put down like two like 740s, I think.
Yeah, like 740 flat,
Yeah.
2 in a row,
Just
and
was,
it's like
drilling it, and I was like, all right, like I can hang out here for the rest of the race. Like let's keep pushing. And I think after a bit, you're like, nah, like.
Well, the music helped. Like again, I don't race with music, so it really was like a speed boost for those two. But the gels were not sitting well for me.
Oh, that's.
I don't know why. Like usually they do, but I don't know. Like I literally, like, this is gross, but I threw up in my mouth like 3 or 4 times, like after the half. So that was just gross. I felt the effects of like them not sitting well. It's like they still did their job, right? But like I was just dealing with like some upset stomach. Yeah. So that kind of held me back.
Heartburn too, right?
Yeah. So that kind of held me back from pushing a bit more than I wanted. But nothing in particular hurt. Like I really feel like the miles were just clicking off. Like there was no point where I was like, oh my gosh, we have 10 more, or we have 12 more. Like it was just like, okay, another one done. Like they really were going fast. It was super flat. It was cool. Like there was actually a ton of spectators out, like probably the most we've seen in an Australian race.
In town too.
Yeah. Like it was awesome. The crowd support and like the runners around us. Like we ended up catching Matt probably at what, like mile 15 or so.
Yeah.
James was a bit behind and Matt was like right by us. So we ended up running like side by side with him for quite a bit of the back half, which was fun. And it just like, I don't know, I felt fine. Like I didn't feel like I could push it like how I had thought in my head. Like
I was trying to get you to pick it up, and you were just like, "Nah, we're sitting here."
I didn't think I had like 730s for the last 10 miles. So I
talked about doing.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like 750s till like 10, and then 740s through like 15, and then 730s to the end, I think. Yeah.
And I think my training wasn't there to do 730s, if I'm being honest, which I kind of knew, but like we had a lot of 745s or like 748s, and otherwise pretty much just stayed in the 750s, even when I like slowed down a bit. So it wasn't like I wasn't happy with that. It's just like, and again, nothing in particular hurt. Like my feet weren't hurting, my back wasn't hurting, like nothing like felt painful in that way. It's just like my legs were tired. And I will say I did kind of feel my lack of strength training. I did a ton of Pilates this marathon training cycle, which was amazing and I think really helped. But I did feel the lack of like heavy leg days that I usually do. So I think that was part of it too. Yeah, I didn't run in new shoes. I was going to try out some carbon shoes maybe for this one, but I didn't end up doing that. So I just ran in my trusty Saucony Endorphin Speeds. I love them. I've done so many marathons in them at this point, and I just wanted to go with what I know. So that felt good. Like no blisters, no issues with my feet at all. Like was great. Else that I loved about this race, which is like a bit of a hot take maybe, but I did not see one single person filming themselves in this race, and I loved it. I make content, like I love running content as much as the next person, but I think filming yourself in a marathon is nonsense. Like I don't understand it. I get people want to share their journeys, share their stories. Like I think there are ways to do this without actually filming yourself. Like there are a lot of YouTube creators that I love that like they have friends and family on the course that are filming them. They do like a Google Drive link after that's like, hey, if anyone got video of me, put it here. Like that's all fine. That's great. But I just think like if you are taking your phone like in and out of a belt or a pocket, it's like you are distracting yourself and you're distracting others. I've been hit with a phone in a race.
Yeah, like weave all over the place.
Like
sometimes.
People don't go in straight lines. People trip. People drop phone. Like it's just, I think it takes away so much from racing. And like you're out there to race a marathon. Like just race, just run. I don't know. I could do a whole video on this topic, but
a hot take would be if you drop a gel, just leave it.
Yeah.
Like bring an extra gel next time. Because I almost ran over a guy who just like put the brakes on like so hard. Like, I think he must have taken like one step, dropped it, and stopped, and I almost like ran him over.
Yeah.
And then he didn't even say sorry. And if you do it, like say sorry at least. Like, come on.
But outside of that, like we had no one dropping phones. We had no one filming themselves. So that was amazing. I feel like the energy, like that was part of what was so great about this race is that everyone was there to race, to run their marathon. It was serious. Like it was a really good energy. A lot of really fast people too, but like it felt like everyone like meant business, you know? It's like, we're here to race.
But it was also like pretty chill. It was like chill business.
Chill business. It was great vibes, great vibes. Yeah. And also they had really great race photographers. Like we had a ton of photos in the end, which was kind of nice.
Last 5K was real tough.
Last 5K was tougher, but there was a headwind. Not as bad as our Japan long run headwind, but like pretty bad.
Yeah. It was just like I was trying to like pick it up a little bit and maybe take like 10 seconds off a mile, and I think we slowed down to like 8:05s during that.
We did 2 miles that were like an 8 flat and an 8:08 for miles 24 and 25. I think that was mostly headwind. I mean, that was
all headwind, I think.
Yeah. Like, and once we got done and I saw a lot of the like elites and the fast people at the front say the same, I was like, oh, okay. That was kind of validating.
Yeah. Was like the half marathon winner even said that?
Yeah. Like there was a headwind. So at the end, but I always have the goal of last mile, fast mile. And I think that was part of why I slowed down a little bit in 24 as well, was to make sure that I like saved something, which like all in all, it ended up probably being flat, but whatever. But we did a 7:33 for mile 26, which I'm really proud of. Like that was our fastest mile of the marathon, was mile 26. And even the last bit, like the last 0.2 was like 7:20 pace or something. So really proud of that. I always try to save a kick for the finish, and it was a fun finish. Like you did this little turnaround, and then once you could see you turned the corner and could see the finish line, it was like, I don't know, the best feeling. Yeah, it was like in like really good crowd support, energy, people cheering. It was fun.
It was like calling people's names off, like a half Ironman or Ironman. That was kind of nice.
Yeah. Crossed the line in 3:25:59. So just squeaked in to that 3:25. And I was pumped. You know, it's like I said, I think my last 3:20s was a 3:25 at Canberra in 2021. And it just felt good to be back in the 3:20s, like especially with how that last month had gone and all the travel we'd had in the weeks leading up. It felt really good. Like, and honestly, like as soon as we crossed the finish line, like I started walking, but I was like, cool, like fine, you know, like we were walking fine.
Yeah. Going downstairs is a little tricky, but like.
But like
I've hurt more, I think, after a race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like neither of us were really even that sore, which.
I was a bit sore. Okay. I don't want to downplay it. We were just like sore after.
But not as bad as some. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe it's also because we've both done Bondi to Manly a few times now, and like nothing compares to that soreness. So, but like all in all, like came out well. I had no chafing, no blisters, no specific pain.
Did all our gels.
And our friend Matt finished like 30 seconds behind us, so that was great too. He had a big PB, which was awesome.
James finished his first race in just under 3:30, right? Like a 3:29 something.
Yeah,
50 something?
Sub 3:30 for his first marathon is awesome. So we really just had a great day, and like we met back up with Amy afterwards and showered, and then went out for some bevies and had a really great day.
Yeah, we did.
What would you rate Ballarat Marathon out of 10?
Probably like an 8.5. I think it's really good. I'd go back and race it.
Yeah, I'd give it a 9.
I'd definitely go back and race it if it was like in August, so I didn't have to train through summer.
Yeah, don't love the summer training cycle, but the race itself was amazing. My only complaints were that water on both sides, or like longer water stations, and I don't like that you cross under the finish line awning thing at the halfway mark. Yeah. But actually loved the loop course. Oh, Rufus, you're back. Long story short, we would be back for Ballarat in the future. Great race, highly recommend. It's probably my favorite marathon that I've raced in Australia, and I haven't done Sydney yet sometime, but yeah, absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's like flat, fast, well organized. Yeah, fast field. I really liked it. That was a good race.
Me too.
The town, the town is cute too.
It's so
I
cute.
think the town really got around the race.
Yeah. It was amazing. So let us know if you have any questions about it. Happy to chat more in depth about any of it. And if you watched this far, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to try to make some more YouTube content with my off-season training. So if you have any videos you'd like to see, let me know. Like this video, and I will talk to you soon.